Hi, it's Hazy and welcome to my channel. Today I am making, well, I'm making this one. There's my prototype. There's the prototype. This is very slightly different. I do show you the difference between this one, and obviously that one. And I give you all the measurements for this one as well. It does, you know, if you want to make a bigger one, you can make them any size. You just have to know how to measure, I suppose, and it's quite easy. I do explain. And also this one's quite very easy and simple. Let me quickly show you. I've even put a closure on this one. I didn't put the closure on the other ones. I've actually put a closure on this one, and you can do quite good closure, you know, because you can't open it very well. So I've put these on. That's actually upside down. I've put the closure on the bottom. I should have put it on the top. Never mind. So I've put the closure. The closure is meant to be at the top. Okay. But it doesn't really matter, does it? It's just to do it like that. It doesn't matter, it's just upside down, that's all. Right, so I've done the closure on the bottom. So obviously normally we'd have the closure on the top. I didn't even know that happened. Let me just quickly show you this one, and I'll show you how you can use them and what you can do them afterwards. It's great. That's again upside down. Yeah, the reason why you put the closure at the top is obviously normally you have the flap going this way. That's why. So right, anybody who has given me a thumbs up, thank you so much. It is much appreciated. Anybody who gives me it today as well, today or any other day, thank you so much. Much appreciated. I am even rounded the corners of this one. And also anybody who subscribes to my channel, thank you so much. That is much appreciated. You know, I'm very grateful. It does help my channel to grow when you do that for me. There's I get lots and lots of lovely comments from people around the world, and I love to hear where you're from. So thank you so much to the people who've been telling me where they're from. That's been absolutely amazing. I love that. I love it when people, because you see, I always assume people are probably from America, and a lot of them are. But oh, do you know what? That hasn't even gone in. That's better. Right. So, and it's amazing when people tell me where they're from, or put a flag, one of their flags, like Caroline from Canada did the other day. So I mentioned her before. She did put a little Canada. I thought, oh, she's from Canada, yay! So I knew the Canadian flag straight away. Obviously, I know quite a lot of flags, and if I don't know them, it would be interesting to find out. As well, if you're from, especially from a far-flung country. I had somebody from Malaysia recently. She did say Malaysia, which was very interesting. If you do comment a lot, I do remember people's names, like Beverly, she comments a lot. Patricia May does. Who else does a lot? Sherry, of course. Sherry does. She's comments just about every video. In fact, so does Beverly. So does Patricia. They comment on all and it's really right, because if you look for Patricia, she always gives you a tip. She's always got these little ideas as well. And say how much they appreciate my stuff, which was really nice. It's nice to be appreciated. Also, if you've got anything to tell me as well, anything at all to tell me, like I would have done it this way, I would have done that, brilliant, thank you. You could have used this, that's great. Anything like that, don't be afraid to tell me, because I would very much appreciate it. I always reply to I've replied to every comment as far as I know, because it comes up. If I go on my studio account, it does come up. Okay, so thank you so much, and let's go. I told you I don't like to go. Although I want to start, I don't like to go. Okay then, thank you so much for listening. Bye bye. And so let's go. Well, I was going to make this yesterday, but my Daughter wanted me to lay 3 carpets, so I did that. Right, this is what we're making today. It's this. I haven't finished this one off quite. We'll finish them all off later together. I've got another one as well, a big one. This is a mini. Oh no, it's upside down. Oh dear, that's no good. Right, so this one's the mini version. Have I got? I ain't got anything. Oh, yeah, I haven't got anything in there, but there is normally. Right, okay. So I made this one because this is the mini one. This can fit in pockets and journals, really. If you've got a chunky pocket, you can put it in, or you can send it alone as a happy mail. Okay, right, so what I'm going to show you is the big version, which are basically the same as what I made on a video a few months ago. I'm not sure when. This is not the same one. This is a different shape and a different, slightly different design, I think. So this is the big version. Can you see it all? Let me put it on 7 so you can see it. That's the biggest it will go, 7. So I don't think I can get it any further away. Right, but anyway, can you see it all? This is the big version. Right, this envelope would fit a card of, was it 4x6? I don't know if I've got a ruler. I've got to move it. Do you know what? I've got to move everything out of the way of my drawer so I can get a ruler. Oh, I took my ruler with me yesterday. That's right. And my daughter says, do we need a ruler? Oh, it's not. I would say it's 7.5 by 6, the size of the. Let me just check that. I'm sure it's less than that. Well, I'm not sure if it's their measurements or mine, but I remember now I did an 11 by 11 piece of paper, and I don't know why they're there. Tell you why they've joined in. I don't know why, but that should actually be 8 inches. It almost is, and that should be 6. So it's a good job it's not for an actual card, isn't it? Otherwise I'd be in trouble, unless I suppose you can elongate it a bit. So if I was making a card, I think what I'd do is put the card in. Yeah, but this is actually made from an envelope maker. You don't have to use an envelope. Obviously this is quite a good size envelope. You can actually get cards in and things like that, so I should think you could use a normal envelope. Well, with this is a bigger size, so this paper I'm using today, it's about 120, I think, of GSM. It's very thin, and it's double-sided, which is surprisingly. That's made from 12 by 12 paper. This is also the same pack. But with this one, I decided I've reinforced it on those 3 sides. I don't know if I did in the middle, just because that's got a... Oh, I think I did in the middle as well. Yes, so I've reinforced each side with this. So if you make a bigger one, and you've got thin paper, you don't need to if you've got like 200 GSM double-sided paper or something like that. And if you have only got it one-sided, you could put stencils on and things like that, couldn't you? See what I mean? Right, so what I've got is 2 double notebooks. I've got these little pull-out notebooks, pull-out note. You can see them. This one. You probably can't see this one. This one, like pull-out notebooks. These have got how many pockets? And the one we're making, it's got 1, I think, because it's that tiny. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Room for 6 tags in there. I can show you that afterwards. I'll show you that later, what I've done there. If you wanted to make the bigger one, it's really easy, and you don't have to follow my idea. Obviously, you've got your own ideas, or it turns out to be different. That's fine. Obviously, you can do what you like. But anyway, let me show you this mini one. So this is the mini one. You see the paper's got this like pull off edge. Okay, so I've just made this. I haven't folded it yet. Out of now this is on the larger envelope maker. If you're using that, if you're not using that at all, this would be easily made from a 6x6 paper. If you wanted to make it the same size as me and you haven't got 6x6 paper, the middle should, let's say theoretically, measure 4. So it's just over 4 by just over 3. It's just actually 3 by 4 paper. So you could put a piece of card in there to check that your so it comes up that much. There's about, let's see how much of a gap there is. Don't forget that is rounded. So it's about 1/2 inch from there. And down, that's probably about 1/2 inch from there. And then in as well. And there. They're about 1/2 inch from each other. And the corners are rounded. So if you did that, if you did make one yourself out of 6x6 paper, which would be fairly easy. I mean, I've made envelopes before. I'm leaving this. So normally I fold that down. This time I'm leaving it like that. I normally fold it back and then I fold it forward and tuck it in. Fold it back because it's easy to see. But I'm leaving it in this time, okay? So I'm not lining it. Don't need to. This small one you do not need to line. But I am going to sew in the notebooks. You don't have to sew them in. You can probably staple them in if you want. So you might not need to do what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is see if I can find a piece of material, because I'm going to put a piece of material. You don't need to necessarily put it there, actually. You can just put it here. Might just do that today. On this one, I put it all round. I think the reason I put it all round there is because this paper is quite thin, and I think, did I crease it too much somewhere? No. I'm probably thinking of something else now. I'm just going to put some little really thin sliver of material down there. Okay, so what I've done is cut a piece off my calico. I've got some cheap calico. It's like curtain lining. It's the sort of thing I used at college for printing on because it's the cheapest fabric. So I could use this quite a bit, actually. So I'm going to cut that there. Ish, yeah. These says still work. These are new, so they still work with fabric. Looks like there's a footprint there. It's actually a tree thing. You know, like some people, it puts like you've got an envelope on the floor. So people walk in and don't ignore the envelope on the floor and on the doormat. Yeah, it looks like that. Right, so I've no need to, I don't think I've any need to put any across here, but I did on the other ones. And I can't remember. I'm sure it's something to do with the... So if you do feel it's fairly thin here, I don't know. I mean, this isn't, it's really nice. I really like it because it's like got lots of dried flowers on it. That's why I liked it. And I think it's, do you know what? I've lost the cover. I think it's called Wildflowers or something. It is very thin though. Very, very surprisingly thin. I'm going to grab this glue. This glue will stick fabric. It should do if it's, the lid wasn't on properly, so I'm hoping it sticks fabric. I hope it's not going to gloopy. Yeah. So anything that sticks, I don't want any washable glue for things like this. Do not get washable. I wouldn't get washable glue and use it in junk journals anyway, because it's likely that it won't last. So you want some permanent type glue. Okay, it doesn't matter if you get glue all over it because that's going to be covered mainly anyway, and that's got glue on it there, you know. So I'm going to have to put this one here somewhere. So might wipe the table in a minute with my piece of glue cloth. Do you know what? I found one of my old glue cloths and didn't it went now. Not my old glue cloth, that vanished in the washer. I put it in the washer just to see if it did wash. Never saw it since. So it's either in the depths of the washer somewhere, along with the odd socks as well that you sometimes lose. Oh yeah. Do you know what else you can do? Obviously, if you've got some glue somewhere, you get some baby powder and go like that. As long as you don't get it on the place that you're going to glue. That's it, not open because I've closed it, that's why. Took it with me to my daughter's. Right, okay. Let's put that on there, look, and it smells nice as well. Yeah. Right, so there, we've got that now. We've got that base. We've also got this. I'm just checking that's gone into the middle of my crease here. Okay, so that's gone into there. Do you know what I was going to do? I was going to prepare the notebook. So I don't like doing, do you know what I don't like doing? Cutting the papers. So I thought if I did them off camera, it would be magic, but I didn't do that. I'm just looking for the original so I can find out that, oh, it's there. What's it doing there? It's hiding. Find out the size of these. And I've only got this ruler. Yeah, it's ruler because it's got British history rulers. So all the kings and queens of history there. Yes, that measures. Is it eighths? Yeah, it does measure eighths. That's good. I don't know if you can. That's 2 3/4. So that'd be exactly 7 centimeters then. 2 3/4 by 2. So 2 and 3. So that'd be 4. A piece of paper that's 4. And I think it's the same. Is it the same? Oh no, it's different. It is different. It's a double-sided. It's a bit thicker actually. But you can use what you like. Okay, I'm just going to find some paper. I haven't got any prepared. Hold on. I found this. It's a bit bendy and dog-eared, so I'm going to quickly just cut out two pieces of 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches piece of paper. So I'll do that on fast probably. Oh, sorry about that. I'll do that on fast. Oh yeah, if you saw that, I was going to cut 4 by 3. 4 by 4 inches instead of 4 by 2.5. Never mind. Right, so now I'm going to get some paper. I'm going to use some use a couple of sheets of my dyed paper. That's oh, that is. I don't think it's from the. It looks like it's been dyed. So 4 and times 3, 2.5, 3/4. Yeah, 4 that way times. Yeah. So I'm going to cut 4 this way. Oh, it's upside down. Right, so I'm going to cut 4 this way, and then 2.5, 2 3/4 that way. Okay, so I've probably got 4 actually for each one. 1, 2. Oh, you only need that many. I know, I've cut loads more, so I can make another one. Yeah, I cut 2 pieces together. So what I'm going to do now is just sew them in. Yeah, sew them in. You don't have to sew them in, as I say, you can do staples, but if you haven't done sewing before, I would practice, definitely. It's very, very useful. It's very, very useful to be able to sew. So. Can't find anything at all to make holes with apart from this. I've got 2 awls, some pokey tools, and yeah. Okay, I'm sure I only took one babysitting, one pokey tool, but I can't find them both. Pokey tool? No, awl. Right. So in this case, I'm going to have to. Well, what I was going to do is show you poking a hole. I was going to measure like the middle, and then the middle of this. That's what I was going to show you. So I was going to do the middle of that and the middle of that. So if you've got an awl, I would measure the middle of this and the middle of that in the here, middle of that there. So you could put the tool through, and then just do it again twice, and then leave the tool in on the 3rd hole that you make, and then it's easier to sew. But this, of course, has changed it. I don't think I've got actually will that reach? I'm not sure if that'll even reach the middle one. It doesn't matter if it's not in the middle, but let's see how far it would go. You know, I'll have to get my big one out. I have to show you. Okay, and then I would have to do it like that. But yeah, this is what happens when you don't get. So I could put it there. There's no reason why I can't put it sort of there. Okay, that's there. Okay, so that's in the middle. I could do 2. I could actually do 2 pamphlet stitch. Doing with the. But what I'm going to do is 3. And I'll have to put one here. I could do it with a big one, really, couldn't I? But that'll do. That'll be fine, like that. I'm going to clip it on. Actually, I should have clipped it on to start with, shouldn't I? And then we know where we are. Let me get another clip. So what I'm doing is making sure I've got the bend in the right place and the bend in the right place here. I'm not bothered which way around. I think they go anyway, actually. So now I'm going to put that on there. Didn't do this on the other one, did I? I just did it. But never mind. I'm going to make a small hole as far down as I can with this. If you've only got this as well. If you bought one of these, I mean, I would definitely buy these. These are very, very useful. Oh, I can actually do it a bit further. Did I do it? Did I do it as far as that on the other one? Oh, no, that's about the same, isn't it? And then this one. Come on, dear. Is that bent in the middle? Yeah. Making sure. And I can't even get in. Why can't I get in? Because guess what? Everything's in the way for some reason. And we're going about there. Can't even see through the... Yeah, so I've got lovely big holes. I've got a lovely big needle as well, so... Yeah, my needles have needle vanishes the other day. I remember that anyway, so don't worry about that. Right, so I need just over 2 actually for this lengths, because they're very close together, aren't they? Normally you would have 3 if you're doing a big one, because you're doing a little one. But you've got to make sure your needle doesn't come through, obviously. Yeah. So I've left those on there so that they are, so I can find the holes easily. Going through the middle one, it doesn't matter if how far apart they are really, does it? Okay, as long as there's 3, you can actually do 2, I suppose. You've just got to make sure that comes to the side of that. And it doesn't matter what length these are, as long as you can tie a knot. I don't see the point of... Unless there's a reason, I wouldn't fret about them not being the same distance. Being the same length, rather. These 2 ends. Okay. Are we in? So that's that one. See, normally I do the other side first. That's the top. I would say that's the top. We'll do a... Well, I'm not actually sure. There's my other piece. Is that it? No, that's it there. I love this coloured one. It's really pretty. Right. Now we've got to find the hole now, because it's moved, doesn't it? That's it. But because they are nice and big, they were in the right place. And also, a good thing about being big holes like this is you're less likely to catch this. I mean, you can still catch that, even though it's wax thread. You can still catch it with your needle, and then you can't adjust it. Okay. That's 1, 2. We always do 3, don't we? We tend to do 3 because it seems to work. I don't know. It seems to be better. Right, so then we've got those 2 now done. Okay, see on the other one, as I said, I lined it with thicker, so it's a bit thicker, but these small ones you don't have to do that. Right, now it's time to do this bit. It's quite interesting, this bit is. I could have used the other piece of paper. I would take a full length piece of paper like this and measure it against here. Now that you can see what I'm doing, I found my ruler downstairs. Didn't find anything else, just my ruler. So well, that'd be about 2 inches. So I could take 2 inches for that. So 2 inches per side. You probably see you probably realise what I'm doing in a minute if you don't know now. It's really cute, this is. Right, so it's 2 inches. Okay, so that's just, I would say 2 inches, not 5 centimetres. Right then, so what I'm going to do now, I think you do them individually. I don't think it'll work together. I don't know, let's try it together. Might be able to do that. So that's 2 inches there, and I'm going to fold it right down to that, almost all the way down to that. I'm sure these were a different shape on that other one. We'll have a look in a minute. And then we fold it back like this. I think it is working. So I'm able to fold them both together, which will save a lot of time. You can do them much neater than me. I'm very untidy, aren't I? Right, but you won't be able to tell, I don't think, because we're going to put a cover on it. So that bit would go underneath like this. Okay, so I've got 2 pieces of ribbon. I'm hoping the other bit, but the reason I've chosen green is because that's green. And, oh, it's not quite that colour, is it? But it's quite bright, so I'm going to put these going to fix. I didn't have to fix them underneath the other one. I've got to make sure they're going to come the right way. So this way, isn't it? So whichever way you prefer, that's the way we'll do it. Okay, so they go under there. So I'll put the ribbon under here. I'm going to get the middle of the ribbon. I know it's 14 inches I've done the ribbon, but I don't know if it's big enough really. Hope so. Right, just have to do a fiddly bow. I'm going to put it across there. I'm going to glue this. Where's the middle? Did I do the middle? Have I done the wrong one? That's the middle, so that goes ish in there like that. Okay, so I glue that there like that, and then I'm going to put glue on the whole paper. Did I say that's got to be facing that way? I did, didn't I? That's got to be facing that way like that. We haven't finished this off, by the way, yet. That's not in properly. That should be a bit further in, but it must be the way I've measured it. Still, that's fine, yeah. And then we're going to do this one. Now, are we going to do that one the same? Now, I want it to pull out this way as well. So I will put that down again. So I'm going to do that on fast. You've seen me do it once. So now, right now I'm going to make some, I need some, perhaps I could use this colour. I've got some there. This is that bit of scrap. So 2 inches by, what is it? 1.5, just over. Oh, I forgot to round the corners of these. I can still do that because it's in the there. Okay, so I'm going to put this on there. I'm going to stick that directly onto there. Now it's going to round the corners. Yeah. Right. That goes on there. Yeah, it's about 1 5/8. That's a good guess. And then that one will go on here, like that. So now we can tie the ears, yeah, so you can go, yeah, there's plenty there to tie that. That's 2 inches across. The other one, I'll show you, was actually a lot smaller. I think I did a 12-inch ribbon. I did a lot smaller lot, even though it's the same size. So that is a choice. Strange, isn't it? I think it's 1 inch, actually, or just over 1 inch, 1 1/4 or something. So then you do those. We can do better bows than that, can't we? Look at that. I don't want to cut off those because it is a bit easier to have a longer bit, isn't it? So I'll leave those on. Oh yeah, I've got to show you what I can do. You can do the big one as well. Okay, I'll show you something else afterwards. Right then, so I'm going to make a pocket now. Have I got any more of that? I have. So I can use a bit more of this, couldn't I? Right, pocket, let's have a look. Let me measure how big the pocket. I don't want it to be going all the way up to there, do I? Okay, so my ruler. Right, if you remember that was 4 inches, so 4 inches will be fine for that. And then I'm going to make the pocket 2 1/4. Yeah, so 4 by 2 1/4 sounds about right. I'm going to try and use this, but I know it's too long really. A decent bit. So let's go there. Let's do 2 1/4 there. Okay, I'm going to put a circle in there. I need a circle. I've got a small circle, I need a bigger one. Ah, there you are. Oh, there's my kettle packaging. Oh, it's here. It's okay. You know when I lost my, I reckon I've got everything in this thing up here. Right, that's it. Something like that. So then you can put that there. Okay. Glue it around the edge. What else? There's several different ways of making pockets. You could make them like, do you know what, that look really pretty? Wish I'd thought of that now. The way Sandy does them. She puts the Sandy from Australia, yeah. She puts some things down the side, and then you put cute little things on top, like die cuts. That looks really nice. I've got videos on that as well. Right, let's have a look. Oh yes, it's all in there. I bought it, yeah, and all's there as well, yeah. Everything's in there. Yeah, panic over. I wonder where it was. I was going to say I bet they're all together somewhere. Right, let's move that. Right, so now I've got a pocket, so we can make a little thing to go in it. Let's think. Right, so let's get. I'm going to measure like 3.5 or something by. Well, 3 max, but I'd say 2.5. Ooh, I'm tempted to use that glitter card. No. Unless I use this. What is this? Which is the outside. Yeah. Where's the thing? Where did I put it? So I'm going to. This will do 6 inches. So 2.5, did I say? Yes. It will do 6 inches this way. By 4. No, by 3.5. Sorry, 3.5. Yeah. And I'm not going to use my tab. I was going to use my tab punch, but I don't really need to. Right, so you've got that on the other side already, which looks nice. That sort of tree thing, not a footprint, although that's what it looks like to me. I don't know. Right. Yeah, somebody just walked through the door and walked all over the letters. Yeah. Right, so that will go in there, yeah. And you can make a little tab. I can make a little tab out of this, couldn't I? Oh, not with the scribble, is there? I've got some scribble on there for some reason. Just anything I'll do. Yeah, so like that. So something like that would be great, wouldn't it? That's all you need to do. Not measured it, but it is nearly 1 inch long. Put it on like that. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. I'm going to put glue all over it because we're going to glue it on there, and then it'll glue on the top, on the still deaf, by the way, you know, in my ear. Who else you deaf? Still deaf in my ear. I'm trying to think where else I'd be deaf. Right, I'm still, you know, my left ear is still deaf. Perhaps I could say my left ear. Right, okay. So this is not quite finished. So that goes in there, that goes in there. I'm going to do the other. I haven't done the other ones either because I want to show you what you can do with the other one. I need grey. That does it sort of contains all the ribbon. What's that? Oh, it's the thing. You can cut those off. I thought, what's that yellow ribbon? I haven't done the yellow. Right, so you can cut those off if you like. And also I'm going to round the corner. Let me quickly round the corners. And then I'm going to show you what you can do with these. Right, you can make them what size you like. I've downgraded. That's the smallest one I've ever made, this. So downgraded. It's not downgrading at all. Not downgrading because it's small. It's mini, that's all. Right. Okay, let me just do. Let's see if I can do the whole lot. I don't even know what side I'm on. Am I on the? I'm on the 1/4 inch side, so that's fine. Any will do. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So it's done really well on that. It's not even touched that bit. Perhaps I could have done the half inch. The half inch probably would have been better. Right, so we haven't quite finished. Let's get this again. So this time I would use this, and I'd use it on the large side because I've only got large eyelets. If I can find them, even if I can't find them, I won't use one. Believe it or not. Yeah. I don't think it's essential for this size. But you could actually put a piece of reinforce in. Right, I don't know whether I've got my eyelets. If I've got my eyelets, then I won't do it. Yeah, my eyelets have actually vanished. I don't know if it's going to work very well because I've got to put glue on it. Yeah, glue and punching holes don't always work, do they? I don't know where my eyelets are. I think they're around. It's just that I took them with me babysitting and I haven't put them away yet. I should have. But I seem to put loads of things away. Well, I was ill the next day with COVID. told you, I came home and I decided to, I thought, I'm coming home, I'm not staying out, even though I might catch COVID, and I don't. Right. So that will reinforce that. Okay, so then you've got your piece of ribbon that went onto the floor. I don't think you need all this. Definitely not need all this. Right, so it will wrap. Although you can leave that out, it doesn't matter, because you need that to tie anyway, don't you? Or you can try and tuck it in like that, which will look neater, won't it? Yes. So that can go in there. So that's reinforced now with material. You can put it through, let's see how much we'll need. If I want to wrap that round twice, I'll have to do it twice as much. Oh, that's all you'll need. And you've got to tie a bow, so that much. So I'm going to use, I'll tell you how much it is in a minute, this much. That should be enough. It is, let's have a look. So it's about 40, let's say 48 inches. That doubles that, so yes. Push it through to the back, the front there. You could actually tie it on a thread. Don't have to, you can do a closure of how you like. Obviously you've got eyelets handy. You can put eyelets on. And I would, this is what I do. Oh well, that'll do. We'll tie a bow like this. You're probably thinking, no, you don't do it like that. You think, oh, there we go. That's fine. What's wrong with that? You could put the bow down here. You could pull it down to there. That's fine. So that's great. So that's 48 inches for that. You need probably a bit longer for your bigger one. 36? No, 36. More than that. Right. Okay. So I haven't done a closure for the bigger one. Wherever it's gone, I haven't actually done a closure for my prototype either. There it is. Right. So what I was thinking about this is, you need, oh, isn't that nice though? Isn't that nice? Isn't it lovely? So this is the bigger one, and I said it's supposed to be 8 by 6 or something, or whatever I said. And so it's just a bigger version, look. And I've done more pocket. Oh, it's upside down again. I'm like, right, so it's upside. Right, pockets. Let me show you how I've done the pockets for this one. Made a house, look. That's how I've done them. Right, and that. So I've done the pockets like this. Right, so I got a piece of card that big, which is probably about 7.5 by something. I rounded the corners of that as well with a corner rounder. So I can measure that for you. That is, yeah, 7.5 by 6. So it's about 6 because I cut off those, so that will be 6. And then I found the middle. So I sort of drew the, and then I don't know how many you divide that into. If you divide it into anything, that's 1 3/4 that side, so obviously 1 3/4 that side, whatever in the middle. And I've done different shaped tabs on there. I haven't put any ribbons in the tags either. I know that's a 2.5 inch tag there because that's done by machine, and I did it the biggest one it can do. These are about, I think, just over 1 inch. They're very tiny, they're very cute. 1 1/4. So if you did those on the small one, it would too tiny to use. So I didn't do that. And then I've got that piece there. That's about, let's see how tall that is. That is 2.5 or 2 3/4 by 7. And I just cut 2 things. I haven't glued it in the middle. And that one is, let's have a look. That's just under 7 by, oh, I don't think I even measured it because it's well, no, actually it's 1 7/8. It is 1 7/8. My husband's singing. Right, okay, and then I've done a 1.5 inch punch hole there, same as those. Right, so that's how I've done that. Right, so what do we use it for? I think it's so cute. This is a great idea. Let me put things away. Oops. Come on, dear, put things away. Put things as they should be. Did I put these? I don't know which one I've put in. Have I put them in the right place? Don't know where the other one is. Oh, is that it? No? Oh, that's this one. Because I've used that paper so much, it's sort of like it sort of blends in, doesn't it? I've got another one of those somewhere. Okay, so we'll join that up. Would put the ribbon in the eyelet on or whatever. Okay, imagine I've done that. So what could you do? Oh, be cute. How cute's that? I don't know if it would fit very well, but I'll try. Right, so you could join that to a pack. As if you've given somebody a journal, you could put that with the journal, so it's like a journal companion. How about that? So you could put that on there, tie it with something around it as a package. So they've got that as a surprise as well. So that would be great. I mean, if you're making a smaller journal, I mean, this is a huge journal. So if you're making like a smaller journal and you wanted to give somebody another gift as well, that's amazing. You could do it with one of those little, I don't think I've got one in the room. I took it out of the room yesterday. But you know, those like, well, let me see if I can see it. Okay, so something like this, if you got something like that. This is one of those notebooks I made with my papers, or the file folder notebook. So made from file folder. So you could fasten that to that. Would be great, wouldn't it? Put that as well. And do that as a package, because that's only 2, well, mine's 2 signatures. The one that Robin made on Daisy Journal Co. was 1. So I did mine 2 because I wanted to. Okay, so that would be great on there, wouldn't it? I mean, you could make it exactly the same, make an envelope exactly the same size as this, I suppose. But that wouldn't matter at all, because you could just enclose it in a package. But, well, I've got some organza here. Is it organza? Whatever that is. Put it in like this. What was that noise? Sometimes it makes that noise and it's gone off, but it hasn't. Oh, it's a little message. Oh, it's okay. Family chat again. Here we go. So something like this. Oh, that's actually very, that's like a fluorescent, isn't it? Colour. So you could do that, or you could put like, yeah, you could do it like that. You could do it over, couldn't you? I don't think I've got a long enough piece to do it like that. So like that and like this. I've got a long enough piece. Obviously you can put the bow where you like. I don't know which bit I'm holding, that's the one. Right, so that sort of thing, yeah, how about that? That'd be nice. Then you've got that. It won't fall out now. So that's it. I could put elastic. Actually, I've got some elastic I could do that with. Yeah, so about that, yeah. So that's what's the upside down, isn't it? Yeah, so you can tell by it's got a girl on there now. Can you see the girl? I put her on, and she actually disappears. So it's like she's almost in a world of her own there. Right, there we go. Right, so that's this is the one I use to make all the bits. And I write down my measurements. Right, so hopefully I'll remember to write down the measurements for everything. FOLIO on the thing. If you don't let me know, because you know, it's there we go. So that's it now. You could put those. You could put a couple of these together like that, even, couldn't you? Yeah, a big one and a small one. Then they've got a choice. They can put one in the handbag, purse thing. You know, well, purse thing. Because a lot of you are American, aren't you? A lot of you do use American language as well, so you'll probably understand that. So it's in the UK. It's handbag. Yes, put your hand in a handbag. Does that sound weird? It's like, what did I say to somebody? Oh, just before we go, what did I say to somebody who was European? She was talking about second-hand. We was talking about thrift. Is it thrift store? Not thrift store. What do they call them? Well, oh, I don't know. What do they call them in America? The things where you go to a shop and it's been originally owned by somebody else. It's not thrift stores, is that? That's different. I can't remember what they call them. Anyway, in England, or UK, sorry, in the UK, we call them second-hand shops. And that was obviously it sounds quite funny, doesn't it? If you're not, especially if English isn't your first language, second-hand shop. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and thank you everybody who has subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much, and anybody who has given me a thumbs up today and any other day and has subscribed to my channel today or any other day. Do you know what? I do appreciate you so much, and I do want to make sure you feel that you are very much appreciated, because it does help my channel to grow when you do that for me. Both ways, and also it helps people see the videos as well. Okay, I'm just trying to get that in there. Okay, so I will say goodbye now. I don't want to go, but you know, goodbye, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.